Hi everybody, it's Wanda. So, I'm going to do this one just for fun. I have no idea how it'll turn out, but it's just going to be something that I want to try with really thin paint. And the reason I think that I don't mix mine as thin as other people is just I've had it go off the edge and it just looks so thin and so washed out, and I'm so afraid the top of it won't dry with good coverage. I use good paint. Most of the time. This is basically craft paint that I'm using tonight, which to me is fine paint too, but it's not artist quality paint, but I do use a lot of artist quality paints, and I want those to be just, really good coverage. If I'm going to spend that kind of money on paint, then I want my painting to come out with really good coverage. But with this one, I have some white that's mixed super thin. This is, I believe, Folk Art Lavender. This is Craft Smart Crisp Green. This is Deco Art, no, that might be Deco Art Lavender, and Deco Art Turquoise. So, I just want to pour some stuff on the canvas, put some white all around it, tilt it, see what happens. It's really thin, so I just want to see what happens. So I don't even know how I want to do this. To me, it's really thin. Because you know me, I have trouble with thin. Have more purple, so we're going to go with more purple. Uh-oh, may have had a clump. May have had... Yep. That bottle had been half used a long time ago when I found it. I'm trying to empty up these, Deco Art bottles that only have half a bottle, and stuff that I've mixed up that I've only got half a cup left or half a bottle left or whatever, and just get some of this mess cleaned up, because I tend to put it off because I want to do something new. Play. I want to play. I don't want to clean. So I'm really bad about that. I didn't used to never procrastinate. Get it done, take care of it, get it out of the way, don't have to worry about it anymore. One of those kinds of people. But in my old age, I've decided that I like to play, and I'm gonna play. Because I've worked hard for many, many years. And still working part-time, so. Why not play when you're not working? If this stuff does not shift around and spread out, I'm going to be so mad. There's a piece of lumpy stuff, I think. Oh, and I put some pearl stuff in that green. Some pearl white. Well, the white certainly was thin. That green is so bright, but it looks kind of pretty up against that purple. Just need a little more interest. I kind of like that. That looks like a bird. See? Can you see how it looks like a bird? I'm going to tilt it, and then, of course, it's going to change. Wow, that green really came through. And I'm not a big fan of green in a painting, unless it's, nature and stuff like that, so. Let's see, what have I got here now? I've got white popping up everywhere, which doesn't surprise me because this was so thin. And I've had that happen before. when it's thin. The base coat will pop through your paint, and especially if your paint's thin. So, let's take a look. You know what I'm disturbed over is that purple. It's just too big a block of purple. And you know what? I forgot a paper towel again. I want to see what happens if I do this. Doesn't make any difference whatsoever. That green with that pearl in it is gorgeous. I wish I'd have put it in the purple now. Also. Of course, I love pearls. Pearls, pearls, pearls. I love them. I'm going to tilt some of this purple off down here. Just because I love it, but I don't want it in huge blocks of colors. See if we can get this thing a little less boring. Now I'm really liking this up here at the top that's happening. And I'm liking what's in the middle that's happening. Let's see if we can swoop that around a little bit, that white coming in there like that. Might as well take that purple off that corner. I have a unicorn. You would see my unicorn. See it? See that unicorn? Even has a horn. Oh my goodness. What am I going to do here now? Mess up my unicorn. Oh yeah, I like that. That changed that. Just the weight of that white paint into that green changed it. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna tilt it back down this way now. Want some of that green to get into that white that I just poured on it right here. Let that white move a little bit. Of course, this turned out nothing whatsoever like I thought it would, but I'm really tickled, and I'm going to tell you all now what the pearl was that I added. It was Anita's pearl white that they had at Hobby Lobby, 8 ounces of it for $3.99, and that's the regular price. So if you go in there and buy a bottle of that stuff with the 40% off, wow. Because at $3.99, that's 50 cents an ounce. That's cheap. That's cheap for pearl. So, and it did a great job. And I didn't put that much. It is white, so it will lighten your color. But I didn't put that much of it in that green. That green is beautiful with that pearl in it. And I'm really glad that I did that. It's looking almost, it's really weird the way this is popping through right here. It looks like that there's silicone in there, but I did not put silicone. Let me tell you how I mix this stuff. This is all except this. This has Floetrol in it. Okay, so that's probably where the little cells are coming from. The green, the purple, and the turquoise was all mixed using just a little bit of Liquitex pouring medium and quite a bit of water. And I made it pretty thin. If you watch Gina DeLuca, which if you haven't, please go watch her. She does a great job of explaining how thin and how thick her mix is for her videos. And for a straight pour, she will mix it where that paint will drop right down into the paint. When she pulls it up and does this, it will drop straight through for a straight pour. Now for a ring pour, she makes it a little bit thicker. So I made this thin enough. When I mixed it, now it may have thickened up just a little tad on me before I started pouring, but it was that thin. And I don't normally mix that thin. So this is turning out to be really pretty, especially if it keeps the lines that I'm seeing in the green. Because there's some lines in that green. It's not just a big blob. This place right here is about the only one that looks like it might be just a blob right in there. So maybe I'll try to tilt that down a little bit. See if it's still moving. Where it's moving up here. That purple, that solid purple doesn't have a lot of mix in with it. I could probably stretch this out some more. I just really want to test out this Liquitex, and because it doesn't take very much and you use a lot of water. So you do use, to me, a little bit more paint. So depending on what kind of paint you buy, you might not feel like you're saving any money, you know, but I do like the results that I'm getting from the Liquitex pouring medium. Okay, dip on off there. That should take care of that blob that I had in there that was more solid green than it was a mix. So this is really kind of cool. It almost looks like an aerial view of Earth, even though it's some strange colors and stuff. I think it's pretty. I would hold it up and show it to you, but it'd run off the canvas. So this corner up here looks a little wonky. May try to tilt it back down just a little bit because it looks like the paint thinned out right there on the edge, right in there, because that white was underneath there. So I may try to shift it back down a little bit and get that corner covered. So thank you so much for watching. I want to invite you to come back, watch me again, see what I'm up to, because you know it's never know what I'm going to do. I really don't plan ahead most of the time. I do have something that may be in the back of my mind percolating that I might get around to doing, or may have made a note in my phone, which I do a lot, and sometimes I don't even consult that for 2 or 3 weeks at a time, but I'll have do, and then I'll put 4 different colors, and then possibly a technique to try it with, or I'll put do a technique, and then maybe with these colors or whatever. I keep notes like that on my phone. So I'm going to try to cover that corner right there a little better. I may pour a little more of that purple on that just to make sure, because I don't want to lose all of this that's happening. But I do like this. I do like this. So I think I'm going to do that. Take some of this and just put it right there and let it drip over and cover that little corner, rather than continue to stretch and stretch and stretch. That should take care of that. Haven't looked at my sides at all. I got a white edge showing right there I need to fix with just a tad of this green, I think. That could be some white that ran over, but just in case, I'm gonna put that green on there, because it'll blend good enough. There was actually some blue that went off right there. I didn't save a lot of that turquoise. There's not much left. But I'm happy with this. I'm going to take the camera down, give you all a close-up, and show you at the end of the video how it looks dry. Thank you again for watching and subscribing. Just wanted to show you what colors I used. since I couldn't remember after I got started. So it's Deco Art Americana Calypso Blue, Deco Art Americana Lavender, and Apple Barrel Crisp Green. None of these are anything but matte as far as I can tell. So they're all matte. So, and let me get a picture of the Anita's. I wanted to show you all the Anita's paint. It's not a pearl, it's a metallic. So there it is, that's what it looks like. I got 8 ounces of that, and doing the math the correct way would be with a coupon at Hobby Lobby, $2.39 for 8 ounces. That's cheap. So I just wanted to let you all know that. Okay, so I'm going to start up high because I think it gives you a better kind of idea of the colors. But I do want to show you up close what the green did, because it really is darker and lighter in some places. And it seems to have some of the purple running through it. I wish it had a little bit of blue too, but you can see where it kind of blended. And it's not just a blob of green or a blob of purple in most places. So, this is how it looks. I'm trying to keep that reflection. I like how that faded out right there. I love this. This almost looks like, you know, Greenland. It just is really pretty. So, I think I'm really happy with this one. Total experiment. Haven't done like that kind of puddle pour in forever. And don't know if I've ever videoed one for you guys. So, the purple is looking so purple in this camera. And if you could see it in my eyes, it has a pinkish purple look to it, not a blue purple look to it. So this phone is really throwing the color off, because it's not nearly as dark as it looks in this phone either. So let me raise it back up. Maybe that'll give you a better idea, but I don't think so. We'll see how it dries. Thanks for watching. Come back and see me again. Spend a little time with me. Thank you.